Our team had the opportunity to sit down and interview Dr. Stephanie Nesbitt, Associate Dean of Business and Economics and Director of the MBA program at Utica College. Her leadership background begins with her military experience as a cadet at West Point. She also graduated from law school and went on to practice law for 18 years. Dr. Nesbitt was then led to the field of higher education through connections she had made throughout her legal career. She utilizes a coaching or mentoring approach to leadership and prides herself on always trying to do the right thing. This supports the notion that she has a high set of moral values and practices ethical leadership in the workplace. She has played a vital role in growing the business programs at Utica College and is very well respected by both faculty and students. We look forward to seeing what else Dr. Nesbitt has in store for the future of Utica College.
My leadership style tends to be really coaching and mentoring. I love teaching, I love being in the classroom, but I've always felt like I have some strong managerial and administrative skills, and so I like to combine my classroom teaching with the managerial aspects of running an organization, and that brings me, I think, the most career satisfaction I've ever had. Leadership is something that I've always been interested in and always aspired to, even when I was young. And I think the thing that has served me well and worked for me is I'm really willing to work hard. And I'm really willing to not ask folks to do anything that I won't do myself. So I don't ask people on the team to do something that I wouldn't do myself. And not that I have to know how to do everything, because I can't do every job for every person on my team. But if I knew how, I would do it, so I'm not going to ask you to do something that would compromise my values because I think it would compromise yours. I'm not going to ask you to do work and stay longer than I would stay to get something done. And again, I'm not sure that that's the recipe for everyone's leadership success, but it's the approach I've taken, just always thinking, this person on my team, would I want to be asked to do this? Would I do this? And if the answer is yes, then it's probably okay. It sounds overly simplistic, but I really try to do the right thing. I try to do the right thing, even when it's not the expedient thing, and I try to treat people like I want to be treated, and I try to respect people as individuals. When we're in a team situation, whether it's a sports team, whether it's a work team, wherever that team exists, we give up some portion of ourself as an individual because we can't all be a total individual and make a team work. It just doesn't work that way, right? And so you try to be respectful that when this part of that person's life is done, they go back to being who it is they truly, truly are. And so when I think about, the way I want people to at least think of me, they're not always going to agree with me. They can't. They just can't work that way in the business world. But I at least want them to say, look, it was a tough message, and she delivered it honestly. And then we went forward, as a unit.
As a prominent female figure at Utica College, Dr. Nesbitt prides herself in delivering honesty to her followers while representing her dedication for furthering women as leaders in the workplace. Dr. Nesbitt also took the opportunity to specify her challenges as a leader, even with all the experience she has.
Here at Utica College, as a woman and as a leader in higher education that's classically been full of female faculty members, but really, really weak on female leadership, I have the good fortune of being in an institution where we have a really strong president in Laura Casamento, and other senior vice presidents and deans at this institution who are female. Delivering bad news is usually the most challenging thing. And bad news is sometimes just people aren't going to get what they want. Bad news is we're not going to do the thing you wanted us to do. Bad news is we have to do something that we weren't expecting. Bad news is you don't fit with this team and you need to go find your success someplace else. I've delivered that message several times in my career as well. And it's the hardest thing was, and I think this came with some of my maturity and just experience, being able to do that with some dignity for yourself and dignity for the person you're delivering the message to. I will tell you that my number one failing as an individual and a leader is my weakness and ability to delegate. Because I usually like to try to protect people, particularly because I do have a very, very skilled team in business and economics. The faculty is great here. So delegation is a skill that I as a leader work on. I work on every single day because that is my weakest part of my leadership package.
Her willingness to motivate her faculty to achieve their personal goals is entirely intertwined with her determination to grow Utica College's School of Business, all of which represents the path goal theory that she embodies. Leaders provide followers with elements that they think their followers need to reach their goals.
You know, the things that make me happiest are when I can work with an employee and help them learn something new or help them understand something about themselves and help them work toward a goal, whether that's a position up the ladder in my organization, whether that's a position someplace else or a new career or a new educational opportunity for them. Those things really bring me a lot of joy. And when I teach the class, we talk about transformational, are you? I don't really, I don't always use those terms. I really just think it's coaching, it's mentoring. That's what makes me really feel like I've been successful in any given day. When I'm dealing with students, it's less of a peer relationship. A faculty member does hold some position of authority over the student. When I'm dealing with faculty members, they're my peers. A dean, an associate dean, one of my first deans taught me this, is just first among many. It's just the person who said, I'll carry the heaviest burden for us to make all of this work. It doesn't make me over or better. It just makes me first among many. So in dealing with faculty members, if there's and so I find not so much a mentor relationship at this point in my career, but a friendly group of colleagues with whom I share about my experiences and they share theirs, and it helps me grow. I've been very fortunate. Careers are made sometimes by the people you have the good fortune of being in contact with, not always about the things you do yourself. I have good managerial skills, and I think many leaders do. I don't think all leaders have good managerial skills because some leaders are just very inspirational and motivating, and that's where their strength as a leader lies. I do hope that I help people motivate in some ways. I don't know if I've ever thought of myself as inspirational, but I definitely know that I possess something more than just good managerial skills. I feel like we have a good team spirit here in business and economics, and that has to be something more than just good management.
Yeah. All right. So
There are a couple of things I'm still hoping to achieve. So professionally, I do think one day I'll be a dean. I think that's in the future. I think I have the capacity to be a provost or even a president. I don't know that I want to do those things, but I don't close the door on any of that. When I think about my impact, I might have been a spark, but I'm not the whole thing, but I feel like I might have been a spark that started a fire.
I was brought here to try to build the risk management and insurance program. We had difficulty with that program, and in fact, a lot of it is gone at this point. We have it mostly in the graduate realm now. It was once only an undergraduate program. It really didn't succeed there. But I shifted my efforts, and the MBA program that you're all in, I had help, but I did a lot of that work myself, and it's doubled the size of the business school. So that impact, it's one of the things I'm most proud of in my career. When I think about what I want to make sure is in place before I leave here, it's the School of Business at Utica College, with great brand recognition for servicing the traditional 18 to 22-year-old and the non-traditional student as well.